Hello, good morning.
All right.
Get jazzy music out of the way here. That is all, that's 100% human-created music. No AI on this show, guaranteed. We have remember my 100% no AI guarantee? That didn't last very long, did it? I had this, I got to warm up a little bit. That was what I would tell our listeners. Bless you. I would say I have a 100% no AI guarantee. We'll never use it. All the while, I was learning it on the back end. And now our whole show is powered by it. It's not really.
I mean, I'm obsessed with AI.
It's kind of fun. Do you have a Sora 2 account?
No.
So you can make videos of yourself like flying.
That's just nonsense.
No, I'm going to give Colette one so she can make herself.
Yes.
Look, here,
No.
I'll show you.
I can fly.
Yeah, you want to see some of my videos?
It's nonsense, Colette. It's
not.
just a bunch of like
not.
dreams. It's like
It's dreams.
putting your dreams into reality,
like
and
this.
then just looking at a bunch of nonsense.
Okay, here's what I
serious?
made that you haven't seen. This is me as Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. I'm rapping, and then I barf all over the microphone, and the crowd is like, "What?" Okay, ready? Here we go.
Oh my God.
And I barf. The crowd's.
Oh my God. What is
Pretty good,
happening?
right? Pretty good.
It's just nonsense.
good.
It
Here's
doesn't
one.
even. There's no value
Here's
to it.
one of me on QVC selling West Highland Terriers, my favorite dog.
Stop it. Oh my God.
The voice
Okay,
is
that's
weird.
actually, that's actually kind of scary
Yeah.
that that's possible.
You should see the porno I make.
I can't even imagine.
It's me and Tom.
Well, we're gonna get to a point where
Get that out of my
I
head.
know. Don't think about that. And I'm a bottom. No, I'm not. But
Too
I
much
wouldn't be.
information.
I need too much control to be a bottom.
Well, I'm not bottom.
I don't think anyone wants to be the bottom.
No,
Doesn't everyone want to be the top?
I think with dudes, you could
Sometimes
have two tops.
I think sometimes you like the
we
bottom.
would be fine. No, we would be fine as two tops. And you know what that's called? That's called just sitting next to each other.
The ski
Yes,
polling.
the ski polling. Okay. Why am I? God, get it out of your mind, Dan.
Oh my
This
God,
is-
see, I'm too visual. When you say this stuff, I see a movie and I just picture all of that.
I gave Tom a lecture this morning. Not a lecture.
I
was
didn't
talking,
think that's what you
no,
were
I
gonna
never
say.
give him a lecture. He wouldn't stand for that. But I told her this morning about how I was like, oh, yeah, love thy neighbor. Let's lead with education. And look what I'm doing. Look what I'm
What's the
doing.
warm-up?
I know. It is the warm-up.
Not the show yet.
All right. Lead with education is what I said. I want Colette. I want to lead with education. And then with the humor, it's just the icing on the top. When you get inside the cake, there's good knowledge about making your relationship better, treating your wife better. I've been doing the 6-second thing more.
I love it.
Yeah, we've been doing it more. It's not as weird. Once you do it enough, it's not weird anymore.
Exactly.
And then Maisie just makes fun of us. So, all right. But I don't know if it's getting any better because I don't know if it seems like it's getting worse. But we're doing the homework. All right.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
Would you like to begin?
Yes.
And we're going to start with breaking up. Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
we'll
good.
start with breaking
Sounds
up.
perfect. Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to Love Thy Neighbor, a relationship show.
Hey.
On the couch with us, Colette Fair is here. How you doing, Colette?
I'm great, thanks.
Daniel Dennis. And
I don't
I'm-
even think you need to say it.
I know,
They'll
yeah,
know.
yeah,
They'll know.
yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
like, oh, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
we get it.
All right, let's just start because we have
Yeah.
a ton of stuff. We got a ton of emails from listeners out there.
Thank you for your emails. The emails are great. And yes, let me reiterate this because we haven't done a good job, and I put this on me. You will remain anonymous. If you want to remain anonymous, any question is a great question. We're doing old school, and I'm just going to say it. This is the new Love Lines, and we're doing it, and we're going to take your questions and help your relationships because Tom and I need our relationships to be better because we only have one shot on the big blue marble, and I do not want to get a divorce. And I know you don't either.
Well said.
Or maybe you do. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. Uh-oh.
Tom's
No.
silent.
And today's
It's too-
topic, getting a divorce.
It's too much of a pain in the ass.
True story. I can attest to that.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
divorced.
Oh,
yeah.
so much money. Oh, God. And the lawyers, they'll take it all.
Oh,
anyway,
they will.
So, speaking of divorce.
Oh, yeah, but by the way, hello at lovethyneighborshow.com. Hello at lovethyneighborshow.com is the email address. You will remain anonymous. Okay, I'm out.
So there is an ugly part of relationships, and that's the end of them.
Yeah.
And ending relationships and, getting a divorce or just breaking up is complicated.
Yeah.
A lot of people have dealt with it. I have not.
Now, I would, if I were Tom,
Which is
would,
weird. I
and
think.
this is how,
It is.
I don't know if this is sneaky, but I would tout that as being the best of relationships.
If you
what do
knew me,
mean?
you would know that's not true.
It's not true. I
You
mean,
can ask
no
my wife.
offense.
He said that Italian
What?
too. He
How
goes,
dare you?
If you knew me, you would have known. That's not
You
true.
me. You would know.
Yeah, his
I-
Italian comes out when he's not lying.
I've never. My wife has been my first girlfriend when I was
Yeah.
16, and my only relationship in my entire life.
I
So
like
I
that.
have no idea about
It's
how
cute.
to end one.
It's cute.
I mean, I think it's wonderful, but it definitely doesn't mean you're doing things right
No,
or you're
no.
good at relationships. Just
Not
to
at all.
clarify, and this is not personal toward you because I've met your lovely wife, and I think you guys are doing a lot right. But in general, there is that myth in society. We celebrate when people are, oh, we've been married for 30, 40, 50 years. You know, a lot of those people are miserable. There's a lot of reasons people can't end relationships, and I still think we have a lot of work to do in society with this whole storyline that divorce is a failure. So there are so many complicated factors that are involved in why a relationship shouldn't continue. And just because you want to make your relationship work, or maybe your relationship is worth saving, doesn't mean you know what it's like to be in other people's shoes.
So, Colette, we're dealing with something now in 2025 that we didn't deal with 25 years ago, and that's social media. And what is your advice to people when you do end a relationship? I've seen both sides of this. I've seen where people delete that person from their social media, years of their life.
I know.
Yeah.
Gone. So now there's this weird gap in their social media where it's like, and then some people leave it where it's also weird where it's like this
Yeah,
person.
like, oh, you're whitewater rafting with that guy? Right? Like, I see that.
Their
And I'm like,
family.
oh, I remember that guy. I like that guy.
Yeah, what happened to
Yeah,
him?
sometimes you like the like, or sometimes you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I hated
Totally.
that guy, you know? But
Or like their family together and now they're divorced with other families. And
Yeah.
then like not that many years ago, you see their whole family together on social media. And it's like, it's weird that it's still out there. So
oh my God, the chat room is melting with breakup stories.
Uh,
oh, wow.
let's talk about it.
I mean, breakups are the hardest thing, and we could talk about that a little bit too. But the social media thing is tough. I think more people delete people from their social media highlight reel, you know, their feed than don't. But it really depends on you. First of all, if it is impeding your recovery, if it's hurtful to you to go on your own social media and see that person's there, or you experience some relief, it helps you work through the pain to delete, do it. Who cares? Like, all you have to do is really take care of you and your own emotional health. I also think sometimes you get into a new relationship and maybe a partner feels threatened by it, or people can take a stand on those things. I never think I'm never advocating for controlling somebody. But if you have a new partner, talk about it and understand what the significance is, and maybe you can come to a compromise that works for you. But I don't think it's a one size fits all. If you don't care, if you have an amicable breakup and that person was a great relationship, but it's over and it doesn't hurt you to leave them there, then leave them there.
So
God, see, I wish, because you and I are the two ways to handle this. Like, we are the human embodiment
of the opposite.
of the opposite way. Like,
Yeah, tell me.
Like, everybody knows that if you're listening to the show, you're 4 episodes into Love Thy Neighbor, you absolutely know that Tom would leave everything. And
Yeah.
I would be one of those people that started like where I'd be like my photo of me would just be a black square because I'm so sad.
Okay, but why?
And then the rest of
Why?
it is all
Because
deleted.
you're sad. Because
yeah.
you're sad.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I would, and I've done these things before, and I'm not happy with that side of my personality when I lash out, about
Okay.
like
Doing it
because
in an emotional
because I do
moment.
feel like it is an emotional thing to do. I would like to be the guy that was like, oh, well, I did date her. We did whitewater raft in North Carolina, and I'm going to leave her on there because I'm confident enough that I'm in love with Andrea, and it doesn't matter about this other relationship. That's still part of my life.
But see, I think it doesn't have to be out of emotional reactivity. I think for some people, it could be, I'm deleting this person because it's causing me pain,
Okay.
and I'm being very conscious and intentional. I do think there are people who, in a moment of like, F you,
Yeah.
I hate you, I'm going to erase you, and they feel temporary relief. And then, a year later when you're over it, you're like, why did I delete 6 years of my life?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm glad you said this. I would encourage somebody to think it through, because eventually when you recover, I look back with some fondness on almost every ex I have. even the ones that really weren't that great.
So what happens when your partner? Okay, so for instance,
No, I like that though. I mean, because it's because if you reframe it like that, and trust me, coming from me, I realize people that have listened to me for years hear this and they're like, "Oh yeah, right, man." But man, what a great place to be able to reframe all of that and just see the good.
Yes.
I wish.
Yes, even someone who's hurt you. I mean,
Sure.
I have like a PhD in dating and breakups because I was single for 11 years between marriages. So I've been with my husband now for almost 13 years, but between divorce and that marriage
Wow.
was 11 years. And
So
I was
you got
an
to
adult.
date a lot, right?
Yes, and actually as a therapist, I am to the point of being in a long-term relationship doesn't necessarily make you good at relationships. How do we learn best in life? Failure. I am such a better therapist for having gone through a divorce, for having been in a good marriage, for having dated and got my heart broken and dated the wrong people. Like, it's made me a better human and a better therapist, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
100% agree.
Because it's
Like,
reps.
people
I mean,
look at
it's-
me like I know something, like, oh, how you been with one woman your whole life and married so long? And then it's like, well, that doesn't make me experienced at all. I'm experienced with one situation. Like people that
Yeah.
have experience with lots of different relationships, I feel probably are better at them because now you have,
Well, you don't
the
have
more
to
reps.
be. You don't have to be because if
Yeah.
you are a toxic or a serial bad person, then I think that would override all of that. But I see what you're
True.
saying. Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
I have a lot of relationships that ended poorly. I'll say it.
Me too.
I have 3 main long-term relationships that I've had, including my marriage now. I had a girl I dated for, let's say, like 8 years, and then I have a girl that I dated for like 10 years.
Ugh.
Right? So
It's a
then,
long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. And then, so you build like these bonds with these people, and then both of mine, thankfully, were beyond social media. I mean, I thank
Yeah. I didn't
Jesus.
have
I'm
to deal with
49.
that either.
I don't even really believe in much, but I thank Jesus that I'm 49 years old and I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
There were no. I mean, all I had to do was not look at the photos that she was taking away. Okay, take them all. I don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
What an easier place to be.
I really didn't have to either because I'm 13 years into this
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah.
So, Colette, what happens then if you start a new relationship and you're like me and you're just like, well, this is part of my life. My picture of my ex is on my social media.
I can hear you saying this too.
And,
Because he's
like,
being logical, right?
You're
And I don't think that's unreasonable.
deleting them doesn't delete the history. It's like I want the memories of my life on my social media for my kids to see.
You realize that this makes me bubble and triggers me, but I definitely wish I could be this person.
But then my new crazy wife, Colette, she's like, get those pictures. I don't want to see Crystal. And
No, I
you
thought I
having
was
a
your
good
new crazy wife.
I know. I
Well,
thought
I'm
you
just-
were top and bottoming each other
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
future.
That was us.
I'm just assuming I'd marry another crazy person.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just
This is the
attracted.
whole issue to psychoanalyze in and of itself.
I'm not attracted to crazy emotional people. I don't know why though. I should be attracted to other robots like me. Anyway, but then she wants me to delete it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to delete my history. What do I do?
Okay, so then in this case, the social media is really almost irrelevant because the fight isn't about that. It's about an anxious attachment and insecurity. And we'd want to find out what your new crazy wife, who we haven't met yet, but I can't wait to meet her.
I appreciate that
What?
you play along with us. I appreciate that you take off.
I'm already
you
seeing
take
the
your
movie.
clinical hat and you just let a little steam out of it. I appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
But we would want to get to what is really happening there. Why is she feeling threatened? Is it her own history where she's been cheated on? Is there something about the way you talk about this person or you keep in contact with this person where she feels like there's still feelings and it could be a threat? And if so, that's the part we want to address and reassure, because really, truly, for the most part, if a relationship is over and you, let's say I were your future crazy wife and you say to me like, look, Colette, there's like nothing here, but this was a big part of my life. And, I don't want to delete all my photos as if it didn't happen. And I don't feel that as an adult, I should have to do that. And I agree with that. then okay. But if I'm not okay with that, then there's some kind of threat and insecurity, and that's the part that's got to be addressed.
Can I just say, don't follow me then?
You can.
Don't
But
look
your
at
second
it.
marriage
All
won't
right.
last long either.
yeah.
Well, I know it won't go. I knew that when I started it.
Off to a great start. So now you do not follow your new wife on Instagram, but you do follow your exes.
Oh my God.
This is gonna end great.
You know what's funny? My husband is friends with my ex-husband on social media, but I am not friends with my ex-husband on social media.
Oh.
It's just weird, right?
That's
That is
the
weird.
future, right?
So he'll be like, oh,
That is where everybody's
here's
going.
what so-and-so, like my ex had to say about X topic today. It's just so weird, right? Like we have kids together. We were together for 14 years. It's just funny that he's friends with my husband and not me. But I mean, I don't really care.
I feel like guys
Keep an eye on him. I
just
got to keep an eye on this guy.
stereotypically, guys can do that, and women have a harder time. Just being friends with the person's ex, or your husband's ex or whatever.
See, I don't have a problem with that. I'm a woman, and I don't have a problem with that. Like I'm good with my ex-husband's wife. Like I am friends with most of my exes. I don't have any ill will toward their
Sure.
people. But I hear what you're saying. I think the biggest thing, though, about all of this for wiping somebody out is what is going to be healthiest for you. Because I do want to say breakups, and I know so many people are writing in because breakups are awful.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been through it ever, you are so lucky. It feels like death. And in fact, the pain that you go through in a breakup, if you look at a PET scan of the brain, it is the same as physical pain. It is the same kind of lighting up of regions
The
that is
layer
like the
of mourning.
Yes,
yeah.
it's like the withdrawal from heroin. It is literally biochemically almost the exact same thing. So attachment, we're wired for this. When you sever an attachment, even if it wasn't good for you, your body goes into crisis and your brain is fighting you. It's literally telling you to do anything possible to preserve your connection because from an evolutionary standpoint back in the day, we needed to stay in the herd to survive, right? If you were cast out of the herd, you were wired to keep your attachments at any cost. So when you're breaking up, even if it's like your intellectual brain knows this should be over, it wasn't good, I need to move on, you are going to go through some kind of hell, which is why people jump into new relationships so fast because they can't handle the pain. So going no contact is really, really important. And if wiping the social media is part of that, do it.
All right.
Going no contact has got to be hard for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's going off
because-
heroin.
See, I'll explain from my side because I know a lot of emotional people don't like to share some of the things or things that they would do because it's embarrassing. Tom and I have overshared for so many years that
I'll overshare with
there's
you.
literally no embarrassment left here. But
I'm with you there. I'm with you, you guys.
I'm embarrassed every day. I don't know if I'm embarrassed of you and myself.
But you do it
fair,
anyway.
Fair, but he does it anyway because he's ride or die. But the reaching out to try and we've addressed this before with me, like where I'm hurt and then I want that person to feel something, please, for the love of God, and you reach out or you send like a text or you do this move. I did this one when I was really young. I would do the in the first the first relationship I was in where I dated the girl for like 8 to 10 years. Like after we broke up, I found myself doing it's so immature, but doing like the fake phone call just to ring to her. You know what I mean? What are you doing, man?
That is the attachment
Yeah.
thing. There, it's like anything possible to keep the connection going.
yeah.
And you're so right. People will cave on. They'll try the no contact. They'll cave because you're literally trying to get your heroin fix. But almost immediately, if you cave, you feel some relief from the withdrawal, and then it's usually followed by shame and regret. Plus, what can happen is this kind of intermittent reinforcement of contact, and no contact can go on forever, and it just prolongs staying connected to somebody. And then you're privy to them moving on, which tortures you.
Yeah.
Depending on who moves on first.
Yeah, you're
It's not good.
brining yourself.
You have to starve the attachment.
Yeah, you are
You're
literally brining yourself in their new, and normally it's going to be good stuff. Like
Yep.
I've done this twice, and when you follow along with the person that's moving on and you're not, I guarantee you that no matter what you're trying to see, you're not going to see the reality. What you're going to see is them having a great time, moving on, building
and you're
a
torturing
relationship,
yourself.
and you're killing yourself.
So Colette, just like heroin, like there's methadone to help you get off heroin, right? And then you get nicotine patches to help you get off cigarettes, and like there's ways to ease yourself off the chemical withdrawal of drugs. Is there a way to ease yourself off the chemical withdrawal from a relationship?
There absolutely is, and it is reclaiming your life and investing in yourself.
I wish you had said methadone.
We wanted drugs, but I mean, I guess reclaiming life is fine.
I mean, listen, what a lot of people
We're drug
do
guys.
is they self-medicate with alcohol and they jump into other relationships. They have sex with other people. I mean, those things can be temporary fixes, like short-term relief from pain, but obviously they're not healthy ways to cope, and they really don't work. I've talked to so many clients in therapy who are like, I'm dating and they're still heartbroken, and they go on these dates and it's not your person, and the guy or the girl says the wrong thing, and you go home and cry for 3 hours. There is no healthy way through pain but to go through pain. You have to feel some of it. But the more you start to redevelop your other connections, a lot of times we lose ourselves in relationships. What are your hobbies? Reach out to your friends. Get together with family, like really start to rebuild your life and your self-esteem. And eventually, I guarantee, yes, it's hard to get through, but you will get over it. There's literally no person you will not get over if you break the connection completely and invest in yourself.
What do you do? What do you say to a person like Tom who says hobbies are for the weak?
No, I don't. Well, I was just gonna make a joke that I distanced myself from all my friends because they were telling me my wife's crazy, which I'm sure is a thing that happens.
She's keeping me to herself.
Where if you enter a bad relationship and everybody around you is like, saying,
I was in one of those.
Hey, this is not good.
I was in there.
And then you start dissing yourself from everybody, just like an addict would.
Totally.
Where everybody's like, hey, you should stop
that.
drinking in the mornings. And you're like, you don't know. And the next thing you know, you have no friends. Then you break up with that person, and now there's no support system whatsoever.
The woman I dated before Andrea, it was pretty apparent that everybody was thinking that it was very bad for me.
Wow.
And I distanced myself from all of my friends, even to the point where on Thanksgiving of, sometime when both my parents were alive, I chose to stay with that girl because my parents didn't like her. And I kind of drew the line in the sand to be with her instead of being with my family. And it was a poor choice.
What did people see that like made them think it was so bad?
Selfishness in her. What I was seeing was it was a new relationship after one that hurt too bad, and I was only looking at physical attraction, sex, no good qualities.
Yep.
Nothing that was truly, to steal something my wife says all the time, nothing that was truly filling my cup, nothing that was like authentic, nothing that was real. And the relationship that I saw, I thought was like great, but it was really bad. Like,
and everyone could see it, but you.
See it. Yeah, it was very, it's still embarrassing now, but it's real.
Colette, I got a question for you. So we're all old enough to have seen a relationship that friends of ours got into that we knew was bad and we knew wasn't going to end good. And then it didn't. Of course it didn't, because we knew. But we told ourselves back then, like, hey, I'm not going to intervene because it's this person's choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I don't want to break up our friendship over this, even though I know it's going to end poorly. And then it was so bad that you start looking back, you're like, I should have stepped in.
Yeah.
If I could have saved this
question.
person. I could have been like, hey, listen, you got to understand how bad I think this is.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I look back at relationships that I saw that were super, super bad, and I'm like, man, I could have saved this person from like a decade of horrible life that they lived. And, and like, I don't know. What do you think?
I think most of the time people aren't going to listen to you. When you're hooked on these neurochemicals we're talking about, even if it's not healthy, you're not going to listen, right? Dan, I mean, you weren't going to listen.
No.
Your family, your friends, everybody was telling you,
Yeah.
while you're in, you're in. And a lot of times the friend is going to get, like, the messenger gets shot, and you might ruin your friendship. Now, it depends, but if you do approach it, I would come from a place of, I care about you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do here. It's your life, and I respect that. But I just want to tell you I have a gut feeling, or this is what I'm picking up on, and you do with this information what whatever you want, but I just feel I would be remiss as someone who loves you not to share with you my concerns. I think if you're going to say something, that's the best way to approach it. But just know that if the person stays in that relationship, then you have this very awkward dynamic where they know you don't like their partner, and that could really interfere with the relationship. I have had a situation with a family member where it's like, I one time said my piece. I was told, you know what, you're wrong. And we'll see what happens. The relationship's still going on.
It was about Tylenol, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
How'd you know, Dan?
It's tearing
And I
families
was
apart.
right, damn
It's
it.
literally tearing families apart.
I love it when they break up for a small period of time, and then you start talking all types of ass.
Yeah.
You're like, you're crazy, whatever. And then all of a sudden you show back up, and then they are together,
Stop.
and then you have to pretend that you
Stop.
never.
You're so right.
Stop.
That
We
happened.
just had one of those. This guy's trying to give me. Do you see how red this guy's trying to give me?
And then you're sitting in the living room, you're like, oh my God, I just talked about how
they're
crazy
together.
they're kissing each other.
I did an impression of her. I did an impression of how she walks.
Oh my God. And then there's no coming back, right? I do think it's very threatening to a friendship when you love a romantic partner and you find out your friend can't stand them. That's a hard thing to navigate. So just be really intentional and think it through.
You were really good. Can I give you? I like to give you compliments on this show because I feel like in front of Colette, you can't tell me, you can't like slap my cheeks or
I
yell
love
at me.
compliments.
But he's a very supportive friend during that time. Things are going pretty bad. He is a great listener, and you were very supportive of me. You didn't give me any advice, which
is great.
Which was great. He didn't tell me how to do it, what to do it. I probably dish out a little more advice. I'm better about it now. But you just kind of let me be. And you just supported me and say, hey, you just want to smoke some cigarettes and drink some beer?
Yeah.
Tom, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I just
Aw.
wanted a job at the radio station. I knew this guy was the path to get it.
I'll buddy up
I
to
was
this
like,
guy, this
if
old man.
If I smoke cigarettes with this guy, he'll get me a
He'll
job.
put a good word for me with all the higher ups.
All right, let's do an email that
Okay.
we received. And
Tons of emails, guys, and I really do appreciate them. And again, you can stay anonymous. In fact, this one will be anonymous.
Great.
And again, it's hello@lovethyneighborshow.com. And I'm going to give you, so you can jump in there, or I'll just start forwarding these emails to you so you
Great.
can start reading them. This is from Anonymous. It would be funny if I said this is from James Thompson. No. Sorry for the long email. I have a pretty high libido, and I'm generally a pretty laid-back person. My wife is constantly stressed from work and life in general. She's also on some medication, some for depression, has trauma from past childhood abuse and life, and sometimes our life just gets in the way. With all of that, it is added up so we don't have very much sex. She's aware of it, but I'm sure she can't do anything about it at this point. We also aren't the best communicators, and just talking about it might add some stress to her plate. We've been married 21 years, and I don't ask as much as I used to because most of the time it just seems disrespectful to ask. I feel that. Or that I'm just another person in her life asking her for something else when everybody's asking her for something. I'm also the only one who initiates sex the entire time we've been married, so it doesn't make me feel great. I want to respect her, and I don't want her to have sex with me just because she feels like she has to, but honestly, it feels that way most of the time and has since we had kids 17 years ago. I've tried the usual stuff, even the extended kissing thing years ago, and nothing seems to work. We don't cuddle anymore because she gets too hot. Yeah, that happens. We don't hold hands because she doesn't like her hands to get sweaty. We used to rub each other's feet, but she thinks feet are disgusting. So most forms of physical contact, including some ones in bed, are just simply gone. I really feel disconnected at this point. I'm just looking for advice on how to manage my life of having a partner that doesn't give much physical contact. She has been in therapy and has recently returned. She's only allowed a few free sessions. I'm not entirely sure how to work on this in the long term or how to bring it up. Signed, Anonymous. He's just, or he or she, sounds like he, just gushing.
Yeah. And
I feel you, buddy.
Me too. And I hear almost this exact story, some iteration of this story every day.
I thought I wrote this email.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to call you out.
It's actually Tom.
I get drunk
It's
and write
actually
an email?
handwritten.
No,
It
I'm
was
joking.
handwritten in blood on the wall in here when I came in.
I'm joking, but this does sound like a classic scenario, right?
I've argued about this in my house because I run really spicy. Like I like it.
The vast majority of couples experience some kind of libidinal difference. I think the numbers, I don't know the exact number, but it's more than 80%, meaning where one partner wants sex more than the other. And more often, if we talk about heterosexual relationships, it's the man who wants more sex than the woman. I've had a couple of couples where it's the other way, but that's the majority of the time. Now, what we know, what interests me, there's many things, but one of the things that interested me in this email is, we're not particularly good at communication. I don't remember exactly how he put it. So we know that it's got to start with communication. People in our society, particularly in America, are very gun shy about talking about sex. We might joke about it and, you like go off with your friends and riff, but it's another thing to look someone in the eye and talk about your desires, your disappointments, your disconnection, your longings. There are certainly things, and that's step one.
There's no longings here, only shorting.
That has got to happen. And this couple probably, I'm going to guess, is going to need some help with this. And individual counseling isn't going to address this issue. It's not going to help with this. They probably need to see a couples therapist or a sex therapist to talk through some of this. It begins with conversation. Now, about 50% of the time, and this is research-based, when couples fix the emotional connection and their communication improves, the sex life just sort of automatically comes back. But the other half of the time, that's not the case. And I've worked with couples where they get their communication really good, and there's still a big libidinal mismatch. And sometimes, we've got to address it in other ways. Women do, as we age, desire sex less. And we desire sex, most of us, I'm speaking in general terms, less to begin with, right? Men have that preset desire. So this has got to be talked through. And then both partners have to really get in touch with their life force, their sexual selves. There may be so many things. Maybe it's not cuddling anymore, but maybe there is a new way to cuddle. There may be other desires that this woman has that she doesn't even know about yet, that she could discover, and new things that they could do together at this phase of life. But it's going to start with communication, and it's very difficult for people. It's not easy to talk about.
Do you cuddle?
Me? No.
Me
I should.
You don't cuddle at all?
No, I mean, okay, the form of cuddling that I think my wife and I do the most, because again, I feel you, man, with she's getting too hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Hello, menopause.
Yeah, she sleeps with a one blanket. I sleep with a sheet, a comforter, and then another microfiber blanket over top of that, like I'm at a Hilton. My wife sleeps like with a tiniest like rag blanket because she gets too hot. The way we cuddle is we just hold hands. That's as close as we get.
But that's okay. But there is research, the Gottman's relationship research, and they're the top of the food chain for all longitudinal research, that couples who report they have a great sex life, like 90-something% of couples who have a good sex life cuddle. So it's just something to think about.
Damn it.
You cuddle, though. I think you do. When you guys are watching movies, don't you lay near each other?
No, here's the problem. I can't just cuddle without it progressing to something else. Like, I need it to have an ending.
That's an important thing to share. You know what?
Am I just touching you for no reason?
Okay, now we found something to work on.
Yeah, but it's for both of us, because my wife has said before, we have had arguments where she's like, well, why can't we just cuddle or something?
Yeah.
Why does it always have to lead to sex?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a big thing, though.
Yeah.
Because women really do get on edge. It's called the bristle effect. It was a big thing in the New York Times a year or two ago. Some therapist coined the term. But the bristle effect is a big thing for women, where women start to not want their husbands to touch them at all, or they bristle if their husband does, because they think any touch is going to lead to sex.
My wife clutches her
Do
pearls.
not do that.
When my wife sees me, it's like she got in the elevator with an NFL player. She's like, I'm gonna get, she's like, he's here. And I'm like, there you are. I'm like, there you are. I've been looking for you.
It's like I'm touching my handmaid.
But see, this is what, like,
I'm sorry. Excuse me, the commander's talking? No, wait, I'm sorry. I'll cut that all out.
No, but women work very differently. So, I mean, if non-sexual touch can remain non-sexual touch, and there's more cuddling and touch that doesn't have to lead to sex, you're going to end up, you take the pressure off, and women are going to end up warming up, because women are often not in the mood, but then they become in the mood naturally sometimes when there's no pressure and touch just feels good.
Yeah.
So, but then it's unromantic when I scream out, "This is non-sexual." This is just I'm just rubbing your feet.
I'm not trying to pin you down.
Taser deployed.
There's no strings attached to this foot massage, even though in the back of my mind there is. Because I'm like, well, this maybe this is gonna lead somewhere.
We are
and
so
she feels
alike.
that.
We are so alike. My wife has asked me to rub her feet, and I've rubbed them before, and I'll look at her and be like, "This no strings attached." And I'll say that phrase, and you said that, and then you know what I'm thinking in my mind?
Oh yeah.
But there's strings attached tomorrow, because this is for I'm loading your feet right now for tomorrow's sex. That's what
Borrowing
we're doing.
ahead.
Yeah. I am literally. I'm at Amscott right now getting a cash advance.
So Colette, is there any because as you age, there are chemicals that change in your body, and especially in women. And have you seen like hormone therapy work for some people? Is
Absolutely.
that suggested sometimes, where your hormones are so off that you're disgusted by sex, or your cortisol's all off, and then when you fix that, sometimes that levels it out.
It's like
right?
guys
Absolutely.
that this testosterone level is so low, and Dr.
Yeah.
Powers talks about this all the time.
I've
Your
heard-
level's so low that you're
have no
disgusted
libido.
by sex. You know,
Yeah.
I have buddies whose testosterone is so low that they don't even think about. It's like it's gone. It's like been deleted out of their brain,
I've
and
heard
I'm
of
like,
that.
I am not that guy.
So I'm glad you brought this up. And just to be clear, I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not dispensing medical advice. But I've had a lot of people on. You know, I have my other podcast, Insights from the Couch, that's for women at midlife, and I've had a number of medical doctors on there, and I've learned a lot for myself, because I got to the point where I had no sex drive, and that's not typical of me. I didn't even realize I was in the heart of menopause. So I'm now on HRT, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And testosterone for women, which is naturally produced by our bodies, is really, really healthy, not just for your sex life, but also for your organs. I encourage everybody to look into that for themselves, because people have different opinions. This is what I've learned, and it's helped me a lot, and it can really bring your sex drive back. There are tons of people, despite our changes as women, who have amazing sex lives in their 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. Obviously, parts are not the same as they were when you're young, but sex is so emotional for women that if women don't feel some sense of emotional connection to themselves and their partner, they're probably not going to get there with you. And then that's something that's got to be addressed, but the medical component certainly too.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So speaking of sex, and this is something we didn't touch on last week, and it's your person's or a person's body count.
That's a newer term.
Yeah. And that means like your past sexual partners.
What did we used to call it before?
I don't know.
Body count. There was a term.
What was the term?
There was a term. There's got to be a term.
Well,
I know your body count.
Yeah.
You just call him Iced Tea because it's one. You know, like he's literally, it's him standing
Are
on
you
stage.
literally one?
Yeah, with my wife. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
that's pretty awesome.
not with not with
Hey,
everything.
hey, hold
actual
on, everybody.
intercourse, yes, but they used to call me Tommy Fingers in high school.
We'll have to cut that out.
I'm sorry. They also called me French fish. I don't know why. Oh, sorry. All right. So, but body
They
count.
also called me Caribbean Jack.
Is it? What do you? It matters to some people. It doesn't matter to other people. How do you address that? And when it does matter, do you tell the person the truth? I like lying. Seems easier just to be like, no. I mean, no. There's
Deflect
been
it.
Yeah. You don't go through like why. If there's no way to prove it, go through every single person, that you've been with. Like, that seems kind of, what do you
think? My wife is very confident, and we've talked about
Yes.
this. And she doesn't ask. I mean, it's not something.
She doesn't want to know.
Right. And for me, I think when we entered our relationship, I was so damaged at the time, I'll say, and I've done a lot of work since then. Like, see, right now, can't even think of it. It's not fluctuating.
Your own body count.
Anybody's
Do you know
body count.
her body count?
You know, I did at the time because she was a virgin when I met her.
Wow.
And I let her kind of dictate where we went with that because that was kind of too heavy for me to deal with at the time.
Wow, yeah.
That was a weird one for me.
There was
because
one race car driver.
there was a race car driver.
And Daniel cannot even watch any race car
Can't watch
driving.
any race. Can't watch
It ruined
racing.
NASCAR. Ruined everything.
I can't watch anything. At this point, if I see Dale Earnhardt Jr. when he's advertising Chris Stapleton's Traveler whiskey, I'll throw a rocks glass at the TV. I get so angry, and I'll get you, Jeff Gordon. No, there was a drift car driver guy that she was dating for a while, and I'm such a jealous person that at the time I did. Now, obviously I know my wife so much better now. I have worked on trying to not judge her by those other relationships where I was cheated on, right? So there's a lot of work put in on both sides and everybody's sides to make it better. But
totally,
it's that's a tough.
I think the biggest problem with it, in my opinion, and this is where I'm coming from it as a woman, is that there's still this underlying misogyny where women are shamed for their body count. And I don't think I have, I think my body count's pretty low for somebody. I'm 52 and I was single for 11 years. But of course, that's all very subjective. And if my body count was really high, it shouldn't really matter. It definitely doesn't matter for men. I never hear women saying, oh, he slept with too many people. We just don't judge men that way in society. It's kind of like you're a stud.
Yes.
But women, it's still slut shaming. It's still out there. No matter, the younger generations are better, but it's still there. So I think there's something when a guy's like, how many people have you slept with, where it does feel judgmental. Now, I do think we talked about this I'm in a big book club and we talked about this. Does your husband want to know? Most of the people in there are married, some are dating. Would you share with someone your body count? I personally would, because I feel like I have nothing to be ashamed of. And if you don't like it, you can just, know what, screw off.
13. There you go.
Yeah. And
13.
But
lucky number.
If I wouldn't want to get into the weeds of details on every sexual partner I've had. I don't think that's healthy for a relationship. But what everyone in the book club said is if they were dating now, they would want to see paperwork with STDs clear.
Okay. So what if
that sucks? See that for an emotional person, that sucks all the spontaneity and romance out of it. Hold on, let me go to my car.
Report.
Hold on a second.
Okay, maybe you don't have to
let me drop
see the
trowel
paperwork, but you'd want to know that. You guys have been married for a long time. If you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, even whatever age you are, if you're in your 30s, but now that people have had sexual partners, wouldn't you, if you were single, wouldn't you want to know that somebody was clean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I come.
You guys got very quiet.
I'm trying to
Something
answer,
that never happened.
No, I'm trying to answer your question. I've been through this before where I had an ex cheat on me and then I had to go get tested and it was not fun at all. And I will say that I was just more choosy with sleeping around after that.
Totally.
Even my behavior changed. You know what I mean? It was condoms only. It was, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, it was less of a hey, let's just have sex all the time. It kind of dialed it back.
So let's say I'm a woman, Colette, and
I love that.
and then
go get your Mrs. Doubtfire wig.
And in let's say high school and college and my early 20s, I was out there playing it. You know what I'm saying? And because I've come across these women every once in a while where that's I was like, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah, you're a regular good time Charlie.
And then now, I'm in my 40s and I'm dating a new person or whatever, and then that conversation comes up, and I'm like, man, I don't even remember half of it.
Yeah.
It could be in the hundreds.
Sure.
Who the hell knows? I wake up from parties and it could be 3 or 4.
I spent every Saturday and Sunday from 38 to 52 at Destination Daytona, drunk at Satan Centers.
Can't remember
Plastic.
a thing.
I don't know. I went home with every biker in the world.
Well, I think a lot of people don't know their body count.
Yeah,
actually.
there's trains involved.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my point is, do I just lie to my new husband and just say the average, whatever the average is, I'll look it up online.
I don't even know what the average is.
Yeah, because if I told him it could be upwards of hundreds, then it's going to scare him off. So to me, it's just better off unsaid. If I know that I take the test, I'm clean, and who cares? It's all in the past. Is it better just to lie to the person?
That's a personal choice. A lot of women do lie. I would never. To me, it's very important to be honest and transparent. But that's my personal preference. It doesn't mean it's wrong to. Some people feel like it's okay, that's nobody else's business, and it's okay to tell whatever you want. And I think that's fine too. To me, I would question myself, why do I feel the need to lie? I don't want to feel shame about my life and my decisions. I've made mistakes, but if I've done something and I'm choosing a life partner where they would judge me so harshly for that thing, I wouldn't want to be in that relationship. I want somebody who's going to say, like, if I murdered someone and I did not, just to clear the record,
Okay, I want to
like,
make sure.
I still love you. You know what I mean? I just
Right.
want everything on the table, and I want to know that I'm loved with, like, all my, like, ugliest moments included.
All right. Well,
Body counts, averages. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think, Tom?
What do you mean?
I got the averages.
Wait,
Oh.
you do? I don't even know
Yeah.
this.
For women, there's an average, and for men, there's a different
Okay, but
average.
what's the age? Give me the age.
The age of the demo that this is from Key Data and U.S. Surveys. This is 25 to 49.
Okay. Oh, boy, that's a big
Yeah,
gap.
yeah.
25 to 49.
The averages.
I'm gonna go. It's pretty small. Like maybe I'll go Baker's dozen 13.
Okay, for
Okay.
women or for both. I mean, they're
Oh,
different.
they're okay. They're different.
They're different.
Yeah, I guess women is less. So I'll go 13 for women and 20 for men.
Okay, Colette.
I was going to say 20 for men too, but I'm going to go a little lower then. I'll go 15 for men, and I'm going to say 6 or 7 for women.
The chat room is guessing very similar to what you guys are guessing.
Okay.
This might shock us, and this might have to be another segment for we're running out of time.
Tell me.
It's 4 to 5 for women.
Shut the
and
front
it's
door.
only 6 to 7 for men. It's not as big as you think. I think some people out there lying. Oh, I sleep with everybody. No,
you know what?
don't.
People are lying.
Yeah.
Now, there's always the question of, are
opposite way.
people underreporting?
Absolutely, they
Yeah,
are.
because when we get infidelity
Yeah.
stats, which we can totally talk about another time, they are so underreported. It's like the amount of women who are cheating is so much higher, but people don't tell the truth because they feel too much shame.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the train was a big shame of mine. I don't ever want to bring that up again. It was a wild night. I was inebriated. And
There you
Well, and
luckily
that's-
there was no cell phone cameras back then.
I mean, thank God for
better.
all of us that there were no cameras and no social media. But just to clarify, Dan, those are the averages, right?
Yeah. That's an
Okay.
average.
So that means a bunch of people are more, a bunch of people are. That actually makes sense to me. But isn't it interesting that we all guessed higher? Our perception is that people are getting way more action than they are.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, 100%.
And it's
Right, people are
probably
not having enough
always
sex.
been that way.
Yes.
You know, it's always been that way. All the buddies that I hung out with that said, "Oh man, I was doing
I'm
this,
getting
doing
laid
that."
every
Man,
night.
you
They're
weren't doing
full of
nothing.
you know what.
You weren't doing nothing.
Exactly.
You were so great. Great job today.
Thank you.
Colette, let's plug your book coming out soon.
Thank you. My book, The Cost of Quiet, How to Have the Hard Conversations That Lead to Secure Lasting Love, is available for pre-order on Amazon, and it publishes on February 3rd. But please order in advance. That would be amazing.
And of course, if you want to send us an email, we'll
Yes.
answer your questions. We got other emails to talk about next week.
Yep. Hello at lovethyneighborshow.com. Shoot us an email. And guys, and voicemails too.
Yep.
1-844-Tom and Dan, or just shoot me an email. I'll give you the number.
And if you can subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, that always helps. We appreciate it. And we'll see you on next week's
Yep.
Love Thy Neighbor Show.
Perfect. All right. We're still on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay, thank you. So I shouldn't say all the people I hate
If you want to run the list.
unless I want
That was
them to
great.
know.
That was great. That was perfect.
Turn the air on.
Yeah, I know.
Every time.
I know, it gets like, at the end, it gets hot. Yeah.
That stupid nest. I hate it.
It's so funny.
fixing it today after the show. I'm turning the eco mode off.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I am fascinated by that whole thing about how low the numbers are. You're right, though. People are low.
Oh, yeah.
Right, they're out there.
And
like,
and
actually-
ChatGPT said that. It says people are going to over-report and people are under-reporting too. It's like
Well,
so
the men are lying.
Because
The men are lying.
like they've slept with a lot of
No, but they're saying that the ChatGPT is saying so many people lie on this study that the number's probably pretty accurate,
Okay.
which is kind of funny.
Okay.
It's like it's all coming out in the wash.
So
It's
statistically
probably
fascinating.
flipped though. If you just a human, like it's probably the men numbers are really the women numbers, and the women numbers are the
I
men.
could see that.
You know, it's
I could
like-
see it being closer to even. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
And now women are having more sex than they
Oh
used
yeah,
to.
and they talk about it more and they write
Plus,
more
when
books
people
about
are
it.
cheating, they're not counting it in their body.
True.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
right.
one thing I want to ask you guys really quick,
Sure.
if I can. Do I have 2
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah.
to
You
ask
got plenty of
something?
time.
Okay, so I am doing my best to not let anything interfere with this day. Next week, though, we already scheduled for Tuesday. Great, because I'll be in California. The following week, I'm good. I have just in advance, and we don't have to do this now, but I just want to throw it out there. I have something for the book on December 4th.
I think he's going to go look at our calendar if you want to
December 4th. I mean, that's
follow him in there.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure we can adjust it if you need to.
Schedule it even now so that we don't get into the
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
And then what do we do about like Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving week we have a lot of times off. Like we're doing our main show on Tuesday, so you know what? Let's just record.
Can we record another day?
Let's record double the week before.
That's perfect because you know what? Actually, I'm doing for 3 days Thanksgiving week. I'm doing my audiobook recording.
Okay, perfect. So
Oh, I can't wait.
That week before,
that's gonna be awesome.
Record double
On the 20th.
on the 20th. Yeah.
Are you able to do it at 9 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to put that on my calendar now. And then what about the week of December 4th?
And the week of December 4th, we could either do it earlier that week, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, or
Okay, let me look because I should be able to do either if we're doing it now. So, I have an interview with the London Times.
Oh, that'll be
Kind
cool.
of excited because my book's going to be in London and Romania randomly.
okay.
At 9 on Tuesday, but after that I'm good. So I could do Tuesday at 10 or 11. I could do Wednesday.
I'm waging war against Publix today. I found out that, oh, thank you, man. Appreciate the love on the beard. Not everybody likes it. It's humongous. And I'm growing my hair out too, and it's a lot. It is a lot of hair. And now Maisie got me this new shampoo. She got me Away fine hair shampoo and Away fine hair conditioner, and that shit rules. It makes my hair so much better. So much better. I should listen to my kid. She is super smart, does her research. I will say it was $60 fucking. That's not good. Where is my... There it is. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going full biker today. I got I got a biker. I got a long sleeve shirt with the biker flames on it.
All right, then I'll see you next week.
Yep. See you. And hey, I have to give you a compliment. Your hair looks stellar. I don't know if that was for today, but well, you know, the wife is hair, so when I see it, I have to compliment it.
Thank you. I'm so appreciative.
See you soon.
All right, I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
I'm also talking hair with the chat room right now.
All right, so 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes, and we'll just keep it on, I guess, and wait for him to call. We're talking to Bill Manspeaker of the band Green Jelly, which should be kind of interesting. Yeah, $67 for a shampoo, and the bottle. But see, I can't deny it's way better. The bottle's only that big. It's awesome. Yeah, I got it brushed out good today, and I put my oils in there. Ghost, that sounds fun. Oh, I have a heated comb, Christine. Sorry, I just saw that. I use it sometimes, but I'll give you a tip. On the sides, if you straighten them too much, you get these weird dents sometimes. This is sort of straightened, though. It's way bigger than I've ever had a beard. But see how this side's a little. No, this side. See, I don't know how to do that side. I don't know how to do the camera. Never been to Boston Fish House, even though Norm told me to go there a lot. What up, Norm? Good to see you, man. What's up to all of you guys? Good to see all of you guys. I don't have a lot of beard split ends because I just got a haircut, and John the barber does a great job of getting rid of all of those for me. That is Freddie chasing Casey Anthony. Yes, Randy. Good to see you too, Randy Moulton. How you been, man? How's the family? Hope everybody's doing good. You still in DeLand or around that area? Oh, yeah. How was the cruise, guys? Was it good? I got that saved. Andrea's going to pick up my sandwich. Guess she's going to order something, too. So, guys, I was telling you, I'm waging war against Publix, and there's a Nature's Table right here. And Nature's Table, I remember them from the mall. And I'm like, well, fuck you, Publix. I'm going to Nature's Table. And they got wraps, they got salads, they got smoothies, they got all the stuff I need for lunch.
This is how Daniel operates. The Publix someone stole a sub at Publix, and then they were like, "I'm sorry," they just took it. And then Daniel's like, "I'll never come here."
Never coming back.
Now he's walking further.
They're too loose with their sandwich security.
I'll walk that one sub, he'll never go to Publix again.
Never. I'll never go there again. Andrea knows too. They were walking there the other day, and I was like, "Where are you going?" They're like, "We're going to Publix." I was like, "The hell you are! You go to Fresh Market." I'm waging war against them. Did you know?
The owner of Publix could shit in my truck after it's smeared in my seats, and I'll still with the convenience. Oh my god, fuck it, I'm going.
I got him too. I put it in my. I added a zinger in my. I wrote him an email yesterday too with the because on the end of my order it said have a problem with your order, and I clicked it, and it pops up the screen, and it puts your order number in, and you can write. So I wrote in there, it's easier to carry a gun in here than it is to get your sandwich made right.
I like you're just like, I have to get him.
Fucking get him. Fucking get him. Nobody read it.
Funny.
Nobody even read it. Nobody read it.
If they did, they'd laugh at it though. That's a funny
I
joke.
did make it funny. It was all filled with jokes, but it was anger. I just don't want to waste my time anymore going there and just being disappointed. And then all I do is complain about it. So what does that do? Nothing. So I'm just going to change where I go. I'll just go to Nature's Table. Sounds like a god place though, doesn't it? I think for a long time I thought Nature's Table was a god, like you eat there if you're religious.
Is it a rock or a stump?
That's a great question. Which would you prefer? I'd say stump because a rock, you lose on the bevel, you'll have some drinks fall off. Can't play beer pong.
Here's why I go rock, because it's like closer to granite, and that reminds me of a kitchen.
Okay.
And then I'm
so that's
like,
fancier.
it's a cleaner.
So if we were cave people,
then
and you came over to eat at my Nature's Table, and I had a stump, and then you'd be like, no, you need a rock.
Well,
man.
the stump is actively rotting and decaying, and then it's like got some fungus.
I wonder if this is how it
there.
happened. I wonder if there were some cave people that like inside their cave they had like a stump. And then another guy's cave, he's like, no, you got a fucking rock. That stump can burn. There's a rock. Fucking.
You can clean the rock. The
you
stump.
can't clean the stump. It absorbs all your the animal fat from your cutting open a deer and.
Yeah, it's like having a wood cutting board. Are you an animal?
I do like a wood cutting board though, but it's got to be treated with oil.
Yeah. But it's like every cut, it feels like the bacteria.
Ooh, I got to write that down. That's when you know you're getting old. When you want what do you want for What do you want for your Christmas, Dan? I want a cutting board that has my name in it.
Are they calling my phone?
No, that wouldn't be good.
Hello? Yes. Good. I have no idea. Let me check that. I thought I'm on the air right now or about to go on. Let me call you back in like half an hour, and then I'll figure it out. We get a guest calling, so I'll call you back in half an hour, and we'll figure that out. Thank you very much. Bye.
That didn't sound good. We love you too, Shred Bear.
Hello, Bill. Hey, how you doing? Good. I'm gonna put you on hold, Bill, and then we'll bring you up on the show and start the interview. All right, hold on 1 second.
Line 1.
Yes.
Hey, Bill, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. All right, man. Here we go. We won't waste your time. We'll get moving right now. And again, we appreciate your time. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, not a problem, sir.
Here we go in 3.
Hold on. Whoa, 1 second. Sorry. Hey, Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure your phone sounded like it was breaking up. I wanted to make sure it's clear. Okay, perfect. Then we'll start here. In
How's
1
that?
second.
We're good?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
perfect,
we're good.
yep.
We're good. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. And we'd love it if you join us just all over the social media. Just search at Tom and Dan Live.
Well, on the line with us right now, he's going to be at the West End October 20th, this Monday coming up.
Yeah, we had a lot of listeners, actually, that I believe saw this particular gentleman and the band at Conduit here in town as
All right.
well. So if you missed that show, you can see them now at one of my favorite venues, the West End Trading Company. It's a great room, westendvenue.com.
Founder and frontman of Green Jelly, formerly Green Jello.
Yes, yes.
Bill Manspeaker's on the line. How you doing, Bill?
Howdy, kids. This is Bill Manspeaker, the punk rock puppet pope of the worst band in the entire world, Green Jello. Howdy, kids. Hi, Dan. Hi, Tom.
Have you, you've been disrupting music and art for a very long time. I remember when this video basically destroyed, it came on, and it was all we talked about, like all us kids, all us metal kids, punk rockers, everybody. And we freaked out about it. Tom, my business partner, knows about it. I know about it. This video breaks on MTV, and then what happens? You're Green Jello at the time, now Green Jelly. What happens to your life? Were you trying to disrupt in that big of a way?
I've been a nuisance to the public my entire life, sir. I started my band in high school in 1981. I stood on the lunch table the day they served Green Jello in the cafeteria. I pulled in a gigantic speaker system. I jumped on the table. I dropped my pants. I put my fingers to the world, and I chanted, "Green Jello sucks." And my entire high school, 2,000 people in the lunchroom, screaming, "Green Jello sucks," throwing Jello at me. The principal came in, grabbed me, threw me off the table, threw me into in-school suspension. This was January 1981, sir.
That is just
And
insane.
it was right there at that moment that I knew what I wanted to do with my entire life.
Wow.
I wanted to be a disruption. And 1993, I had paid off the program manager of MTV. This is no lie. I bought him a mint condition 1965 Mustang convertible.
Whoa.
So he would play my video one time at Benger's Ball.
Really?
The last.
That's
Yes.
payola.
I've never heard this story, Bill.
100% payola, sir.
but
And it was for one play, not a million plays, not 1,000 plays, not 2 plays, one play.
how did you know
And
it
that
worked?
one play at 1 o'clock in the morning wound up to be, at the time, the most requested music video in MTV's history.
It still
And
goes down.
next thing I knew, I went from minimum wage of $7 an hour to over $6 million in my bank account within 1 year. I am not kidding.
Wow.
Completely changed my life.
No
I
one-
haven't worked a day in my entire existence,
So, Bill,
and here I am.
Bill, this is awesome because
okay.
nobody ever gives us numbers, and I had the feeling we would get that with you because you're so outspoken. You're an open book. Yeah, Tom.
so a couple things.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, Bill, a couple things. We're talking about the claymation video of Three Little Pigs,
Yep,
which
yep.
we all remember.
Go
It's-
look it up.
Oh, my God.
Like, and so let's talk about creating that video to begin with. because you had to have.
Oh, sure. This is the best story ever. Okay, somehow I had talked myself into a record deal with the president of the record company. I told him I had the worst band in the world. People threw food at me. I sucked. I got a record contract the same day I met him. The record company never heard my band, never saw my band, knew nothing of the band at all, and I walked away with a check with $60,000. And to be honest with you, I didn't think they were going to give me anything. I was lying through my teeth. I told them, I said, hey, I work in entertainment television. I can make you 11 music videos for $60,000. Again, I'm just talking out my butt. Next thing I know, this guy calls up the finance guy, says, write Manspeaker a check for $60,000. We just signed green Jello. And I'm like, oh, shit. What am I going to do? I just told this guy I was going to make 11 music videos, and I have no idea how to make one. So I got that check. I cashed it. I bought a bunch of camera equipment after I threw a gigantic party, of course. And first video, handed it in. Called all the employees, the whole record company, into the office, watched the video. Dead silence. Like, all right, I'll be back. Better one. Second video, third, fourth, fifth. I made 10 music videos. No one laughed. No one applauded. I was down to my last damn chance. And this is the true story. I go into work at entertainment television. I desperately ask all my friends. Now, I said I worked at entertainment television. I didn't tell them what I did. I was the dude that got everyone coffee. Okay?
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Hey, it still counts. Still counts.
That was kind of an
job.
intern.
I was the $7 intern. I made a big lie. Now I'm desperate. I've done 10 videos. I've spent $58,000 in complete failures. This is 100% true. Down to my last $2,000. My last video, total desperation. Asking my friends at work, anybody know? I need a one frame at a time camera. I want to do this animation claymation video. And the camera guy overhears me, and he says, oh, my next door neighbor, he has one. I'm like, oh, my God, unbelievable. I say, could you please set up a meeting with him? Oh, yeah, I'll give you his number. I call him up, talk to him a couple minutes. He gives me his address. I go over his house. The dude lives with his mom. He's in 12th grade. He's a kid. Okay, it's my last chance. Oh, and that I have. It's a child. He's 17 years old. I'm in his parents' house. You know what happens in the 90s when you show up at a high school kid's house with $2,000 in your hand? You ask him to make a music video. He did the same thing as I did. Woo! I give this kid $2,000 with all the money I got. I said, here's the storyboard. Make me this claymation video. Again, completely clueless to how long it takes. Okay? And it's 30 frames a second, so you got to move this piece of clay 30 times to make one second. 30 times.
Yeah.
So week passes, record companies, Manspeaker, where's that last video? Not that they care, but they want their obligation over with me. They want 11 videos. They gave me $60,000. They're done. They don't need to talk to me again. Call up the guy. He's like, dude, I need a little bit more time. I said, no, I got to come now. So I go to his house. I grab his footage. I bring it to where I'm editing it. The song's 6 minutes, okay? He's got a minute. 1 minute a video, and I got a 6-minute hole to fill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm slowing the video down. I'm repeating stuff. I'm patching this together. Like, you're on your way to school. You didn't do your homework, and you're doing it in your parents' car, right?
I've done
This is
that.
what
I've
I'm
absolutely
doing.
done that.
I'm patching this thing together in pure desperation. I get it all together, bring it to the record company the next day, right? I'm exhausted. I'm like, I can't believe I even told this lie. I will never lie again in my entire life. And give it to the president of the record company. What does he do? And this is a gigantic 10,000 square foot record company for a punk rock puppet band with a song about pigs. Okay,
Yeah.
There's no time for me.
I could see that.
They put in that video, and when that thing was over, everyone in the room cheered and clapped and applauded and laughed. And the record company president looked at me and goes, Manspeaker, we're going to sell either 10 of these or 10 million. And if we sell 10 million, I will get you anything you want for the rest of your life. I kid you not.
So
A few months later, 25 million damn songs I sold. 6 months later, I got $6 million. 10 years later, he's still giving me money. I want to do a production company. Here's $2 million. I want to open up a rave club. Here's $2 million. This guy kept his commitment till the day he died.
Wow.
wow.
Anytime I wanted anything, 100% always providing. And again, this is a song that I stole outright from Walt Disney, okay? Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
And then the riff is just Smoke on the Water backwards from Deep Purple.
I never thought of
So
that.
I've stole Deep Purple song and Walt Disney's characters, and I've bashed it in this hell attempt to never work again, and somehow it turns into some classic rock song. And here I am, 30, 40 years later. I'm doing 125 shows still around the world. I do more shows now, decades later, than I actually did when we were selling records.
Is there
That's
a
crazy.
Here we are.
Bill, that's the craziest story I've ever heard.
Bill, is there-
hold on.
It's 100% truth.
So, Bill, what happened to the
100%
12-year-old?
Yeah.
The
What happened to
12-year-old.
that guy was that was M. Night Shyamalan.
I will tell you. He later on went on, and he made the Tool Sober video.
Really?
Oh
did the
my,
Tool
Bill,
Enema video.
Bill, slow down. So this kid, your claymation kid that you came over with the $2,000 ended up being the claymation Tool guy, because those videos are just as iconic, just as nostalgia, but like not funny.
He's king of claymation.
He's king of clay. You know the claymation kid king.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but all the Tool guys were all in green Jello original.
I did know that.
So when I came home with that check for $60,000, Adam Jones and Maynard James Keenan were at my house. It was a loft in Hollywood Boulevard. I was like, and we're all working minimum wage jobs. I'm like, hey, look at this. I just got a record contract, $60,000. And they both were a song that, and they wrote it right in front of me, that was on the Opiate album. If you're familiar with it, it's called Maynard's Dick. And it's kind of a funny, humorous Tool song. There's not a lot of those funny songs. And that was their first song.
Wow.
So
And I said, all right, I go, here's my idea. I'm going to throw a party next week. You guys are going to play, and we're going to get you a record contract too. So Maynard and Adam got together. They were wounded up this bass player that had just moved into town. They used Danny, our drummer from Green Jello.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they put together this 4-piece band. And then they wrote a whole bunch of songs real fast. And next thing I know, whatever, a week later, they're playing in my loft, in my living room. Some of the record company people are there. One of the guys that, introduced me to the president was there.
Yeah.
And they got signed the next day.
That's crazy.
So all of a sudden, this house of delinquent children in their 20s, all minimum wage jobs, scraping nickels together to buy ramen noodles. We had over $250,000.
Bill, why hasn't there been a documentary on this?
There's a small Green Jello documentary. Not a lot about that information is on there. But if you Google search Green Jello and then the word Vice, V-I-C-E, Vice.com is a streaming company.
Yeah.
And they made a small documentary, like 10, 15 minutes long, with some of this information, but not too deep. But, a lot of funny stories, a lot of ridiculous things,
I'm blown away. Like, I never heard any of that. I knew the connection to Tool, but I didn't know that the connection was as deep. I mean, these are buddies of yours, friends of yours, and you're just kind of, hey, guys.
Inspiration on why they kind of started.
Yeah. Danny Carey is playing drums on the Three Little Pigs, and that's Maynard doing the knock by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
A lot of people don't know that.
I did not know that was Maynard.
In all reality, get this, okay? This is a guy who's had a gazillion hit songs through Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer. His very first hit song was Green Jello.
But it was a massive hit too. But it wasn't just a hit. It was a
gold record, man.
Yeah, like how when MTV when you took over MTV and everybody's watching the claymation video and stuff like that. What was the demand like for you guys to play out, and how did you handle that? Because that's they're going to be begging you to be a lot of places at one time. So how did you guys handle that? Did you have the personnel, or did you immediately have to start?
Immediately. We immediately hopped out on tour. We played, constantly. Became very popular very fast.
Yeah.
MTV actually offered me my own television show. And
I could see that.
I don't know how to put it the best way, but sometimes the thought of being a rock star or a musician or going on a tour is greater than the actual reality of it.
That's honest.
To me, I love it. I'm still doing it. I'm in, 2025. I've done thousands of shows. I'm 62 years old.
Nice.
A lot of people couldn't handle it. And a lot of people couldn't go forward because of the inability to I want to try to say it the nicest way, the inability to accept their success.
Okay.
So that was real annoying, because here I am with all these opportunities, and this guy is upset because he's away from his wife. This guy's upset because he liked his job that he was working at. All kinds of personal problems that has nothing to do with the band, which drove me insane, okay? And it wasn't until years and years and years and years later, it was the year 2012, okay? So we're talking a good 15 years later after we had achieved it. I came up with this concept by watching Seinfeld, okay, the TV show Seinfeld.
Okay.
Jerry gets a booking agent, and he's instead of playing clubs in New York, he's flying into different cities and playing weekend shows. And I I wish I was just a comedian because I could do the same thing. I could just fly out, play Friday, Saturday, fly back, to Hollywood. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And it was at that moment in time, and this is the truth. I was so sick of everybody being a sissy about playing shows and blah, 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 but I still wanted to do it. And I saw the Seinfeld thing doing it by himself, and that's when I realized, wait a minute. I am a comedian. I am the Carrot Top of punk rock. I just got props. Nobody wants to see me. They want to see the pigs. They want to see the cow god. They want to see the characters. And it was at that moment it dawned on me. I could book shows on the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I could fly in. And in every town that I ever played in, when I was traveling with a band that was costing me outrageous amounts of money, all of a sudden, every town I played in, all those songs were made simple, okay? They weren't complicated songs. I wanted songs that anyone can play.
Sure.
So everywhere I went, all the fans knew all the songs, and they were kids, okay? And now, 15 years later, now they're 30. They've been in a bunch of bands. They know all my songs. So now I came up with this idea. I was like, I could just recruit franchise bands in every town.
Yeah.
So I set up a franchise band in every city across America, United States, Mexico, Europe, and England. And since 2012, I have done 125 shows a year where I just land. Let's just take. I land in Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Car comes over at the airport, picks me up. I got a bass player. I got a drummer. I got a guitar player. We play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After the show Saturday, I hop on a plane. I fly home. I'm in Hollywood, California, Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Okay? And this is every week. So every week, brand new band. And so guess what happens? Dave, the drummer, doesn't care if Lou, the bass player, had sex with his wife because that was the Florida band. And now this week I'm in Tennessee. The Tennessee guys don't care about the drama from last week.
You can disconnect and
and
you can blank
Missouri guys don't care about the drama from Tennessee so every week now since 2012. So we're talking over a decade.
Yeah.
I just fly in. And now you show up Thursday, everybody's happy to see you. You play the show. It's a little off. Friday, the show's a little bit better. Everybody's like, yeah, this is the greatest time in the world. Saturday, which is usually the day that the most people show up, everybody's like, yeah, this is the best. Oh, my God. We play the show. It's phenomenal. And guess what? I leave. And I leave on a high note. So everybody's psyched. The band in Tennessee is psyched. Oh, my God, we have the greatest time in the world. And boom, I'm gone. Next week I'm playing, Ohio. So if the Tennessee band falls apart, I got a year to replace them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
did not know that.
Yeah, I had no idea that you'd been touring that way for a very, very long time.
So, Bill, how did you get?
But hang on. I wound up with the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest music band in history. I have over 1,000 people in my band currently.
How do you even keep in contact and then organize this with so many people?
Facebook, 100% Facebook Messenger. I book all my shows, 125 a year. I book them. I put a post on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Promoters message me. I get a deposit from them. That pays for the plane tickets, pays for the hotels, pays for the transportation. So if someone doesn't pay me on Thursday, I already got half the money. I don't give a fuck. Like, all right, I paid the ticket. I got here.
Yeah, I see it.
And what's great when you just do 3 days is whatever happened last week, promoter didn't pay you, the club set on fire, there was a riot, all these things have happened. It doesn't matter the week after. It doesn't affect it.
Because you're starting fresh.
But when you're traveling with the same 5 people, 10 people, all kinds of drama affect everything about the band. That's why every favorite band that you've ever loved in your entire life is broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Kiss doesn't exist. Kiss doesn't exist not because they're not a great band. It's because 4 people can't get along.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, you're right.
So I've completely eliminated that not get along stuff, and I've recruited fans who already love the band, and I'm just playing with them for 3 days. So they get the whole rock star feel, and then they get to go back to their life.
Yeah, it's
pretty much
good for everybody.
Guess what happens when I show up a year later in Tennessee? Yay, Bill's here. We're going to have the best time in the world. Guess what happens when you're traveling with the same guys for 30 days? They want to kill each other at the end.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like this, man. Like, honestly, this is a new concept to me.
I eliminated that entire mistake in the rock and roll equation. If you look at it as a formula and you go, drums, bass, guitar plus record company plus radio, it all equals up to rock star.
Yeah.
But in that equation, it never says that you need to keep the same drummer, bass, guitar. It just says those words.
Well, most people don't do it anyway. You're just getting in front of it.
Kept the musicians.
Yeah.
I've kept the musicians, but I've eliminated the personalities.
Yeah.
Because it's not your inability to succeed that destroys your idea. It's the burdens of other people's problems that stop you from going forward in your dream, no matter what it is. You want to be a scientist, a dentist, a musician, a teacher. It's your best friend, it's your wife, it's your school teacher. These are the people that are putting ideas into your head for failure. But if you eliminate all that and you just rely on your own abilities, you got no obstacles in front of you. And if you fail, it's because of you. It's not
you,
because Joe, the bass player, is a jerk. It's because you couldn't do it.
So there's
and again, I love this. I've been doing it since 1981. Okay, my entire existence. And again, I'm 62 years old. When I turned 62 on May 1st this year, I booked 62 shows in a row. And I got on the airplane on my birthday, and I traveled across America. Then I played a show on New York City. My birthday's May 1st. On May 3rd, I played a show on a boat in New York City. And then on May 4th, I hopped on a plane, and I flew to England. And I played 30 days in a row. And at the end of that, I flew back to the United States, and I played another 32 shows in a row. I played 62 shows in a row.
That's
You're
crazy.
a wild man, Bill. And your voice, it sounds like you saying
From Europe to America. There was no gap in the tour. So my last day is, let's just say, May 27th in London. May 29th, I start my tour in Columbus.
That's crazy.
The only time I had off was the plane ride to get back to the United States. I did it as a challenge to myself. I'm like, I'm 62. I'm going to do 62 shows in a row, and I don't give a shit.
I like that. When do you stop, though, Bill? When do you slow down, or do you ever?
Never.
Okay.
Never. it is what I love to do. I love to roll into a town. I love to meet people. I love to give inspirational speeches. Just recently, last month, a school teacher in Missouri contacts me and says, I love your attitude. I love how you go forward. I love how you solve these problems and challenges. He goes, could you come to the school and give the middle school a pep talk? I'm like, yeah, sure. I said, I'll even play a show. Oh my God. So the school teacher got the permission from the principal. The principal got permission from the mayor. I fly in, and there's the mayor of the town, the principal, and the school teacher, and they're bring me into the school auditorium. They're like, go inspire the children. Oh, my God. I was surrounded by sixth graders. I gave them this huge inspirational talk about, don't let anybody get in the way of your dreams, be successful, blah, blah, blah. And as I gave this inspirational speech, again, I don't plan anything, okay? I don't write it down. I don't set up. So I just let things happen.
Okay.
So as I'm doing this inspirational speech to this entire audience of middle school kids, I go, anybody here play guitar? And, kid raises his hand, come up here. So he's right in front of us. My guitar player puts his guitar around him, okay? All the kids come off the bleachers. All the kids come off the bleachers. They surround this kid that has this guitar on him. And my guitar player is behind him playing the Three Little Pigs song while the band is jamming. And all the kids are screaming, okay? And the look on this sixth grader's face. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He was in the verge of tears. He was having his moment. And guess what? I caused his moment of greatness. And to have that ability to walk into a middle school and make a child shine in front of his friends, oh my God, greatest gift in the world. The hell with selling millions of records, the hell with being number one on MTV, the hell with touring the world. Who cares?
Yeah.
If you could walk into a middle school and change a child's life, what other purpose is there?
Please tell me that sixth grader is someone famous now.
Oh, no, this just happened in the last month.
This is new.
He will be someone
Yeah,
famous, Bill.
yeah.
This just happened last month, and I have had nonstop conversations with this teacher. He's like, you don't understand how much you change these children's lives.
So,
Well, I mean,
Bill,
I
Bill,
love that
He
there's
goes,
this.
I walk into the school. He goes, I walk into the school as the teacher. And he goes, now everybody, I'm the rock star teacher. I'm the guy that brought you here. He
Yeah.
goes, the school loves me. The principal loves me. The mayor of the town loves me. Not because I made the school money. Not
Right.
because I got the mayor another term. Because I went in there and I changed those kids' attitude.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, for
Bill,
sure.
Gave
Hold
them
on.
hope.
You got to answer me a couple questions because first, I want to give you
Sure.
money. I can see why the record executive gave you money.
Yeah.
Like you came in there.
You're
and-
inspired.
That's again, the same attitude I did when I went in there. That's how I got that money. That's how I got a record deal without them ever hearing or seeing my band.
Yeah, listen, Bill's got the Riz, as they call it now.
You do have Riz. Max. I'd say Max. You are a Max Riz.
That's funny. My kid says the same thing. He's 11 years old. He
Yeah,
says the same thing.
I got an 11-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Bill, real quick.
No cap.
So,
Oh my God! So this is the best. Okay, out of all the achievements, okay,
seven.
in which there was a zillion, out of all of them, My 11-year-old kid just recently comes up to me and he goes, Dad, I'm the third little pig, aren't I? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, the song, it says his daddy was a rock star. He goes, and you're my dad, and you're a rock star.
That's a wild breakfast conversation.
God,
I'm into it.
my 11-year-old will never say that.
The emotion of your 11-year-old child saying that to you was 100 times greater than getting a gold record, a million times greater than going out on tour with the rock band Kiss. That moved me.
Yeah. We don't get those moments around here, Bill.
Yeah, my daddy's on the radio.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
what
just
is that?
podcast radio guys. You know.
The realization of my child to say that song's about me. It was 1991.
Yeah.
Okay? It was decades before he was born, but in his mind, that song was about him.
Bill, you're going to inspire everybody at West End Trading Company, aren't you? Because I don't want to run out of time without plugging you again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I can't even tell you how much I love playing that venue.
It's a great
Every
spot.
time I've ever played
You're
Phenomenal
selling tickets, Bill.
show.
Just go there to talk to Bill.
Phenomenal show.
It's October 20th at the West End.
Yep.
Bill, real quick, I have to ask you because your business idea with this band is I've never heard of it. I've never heard. Is anybody else doing it? And second question is
no, I don't know anybody who's ever done that in my entire life.
It seems
it's real easy. If you think of things that nobody does, you're suddenly the leader.
you're
Write that
right.
down. Write
Okay.
that down.
I had no musical talent. Okay, this is not a lie. This is not a bluff. I don't know how to play drums. I don't know how to play guitar. I have no ability how to sing. But yet I sold millions of albums.
We've been meeting these guys lately.
Not because of my attitude
Yeah.
to succeed. And I was like, all right, well, I can't be the best band. So I see this line. To be the best band, there's thousands of people in line, all waiting to be the best band. But if I look to the right, to be the worst band, not only is there no line, there's no one in the damn ticket booth. No one's selling tickets to be the worst band. I got out of the line that had a million people, and I was last. I got out of that line, and I walked over to the other line. Not only was I first, but I ran the show.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
There was no opening. There was no opportunity in the world for the worst band. And I went and I took it and I established it. And now, decades later, there's no one that can deny the fact that I have the world's most terrible band.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just inspired me, Bill, to become the worst podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do this. We're absolutely
We're
going to become
almost
the
there.
worst show in the world.
Nobody wanted to be. Nobody wanted to be the worst in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or the 2000 or 2015 or 2025. Nobody wants to be the worst. Except me.
Yeah, I like that.
And I have totally taken it over. I have cornered the market in terrible. My songs are never played the right way. You know, the Tool goes on and plays their 20-hour song that one song 20 hours long. They play it perfectly every note by note.
Yeah.
I go up there with my 6-minute long song, and it's a train wreck the entire time.
But
guess
people like
what?
it, right? They love it.
Yeah, nobody cares. Because they're having the best time. They're dressed up as the three little pigs. They're wiggling pool noodles. You know, they're part of the show.
Yeah. I feel
And
that,
I say
man.
this all the time. I say this all the time to the audience. I say, if you don't participate and this show sucks, it's your fault.
I'm going to start
But
saying
you
that.
Get off your ass. I see you over there in the corner. Get the hell over here. I'm not doing any songs until everybody gets up and comes forward. And if you don't, I'm going to start doing Journey cover songs.
Okay, that's bad.
And I do.
Oh, you do.
When the nights go out in the city, I want to be there in my city. Oh, oh. See? You probably don't even know
We
that
believe
song.
you.
It's the most famous
We
Journey
believe
song. And the only reason you don't know it is not because it's not a popular song. It's because I just sang it so terribly.
Bill, I got one quick question
Last
before we
question.
gotta go.
Yeah.
You have to show up
Yeah.
sometimes, and some band members don't show up. Like with playing a.
Oh, I bet he
different-
doesn't.
Constantly.
And
Oh.
what happens? And what do you do when the guitar's like, I'm sorry, the guitarist never showed up or
There's
whatever?
a whole audience of people, man. There was 4 bands that just played. There's 4 drummers. There's 8 guitar players in other bands.
Just
I
pull them out of the
point
crowd,
my
Tom.
finger. You get over here on the drums. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
You
I
said we'll
remember
take
we were
one.
playing a show. We're playing a show in my hometown, Buffalo, New York, and the place is packed,
Yeah.
right? And I got my franchise band, and I got this brand new drummer guy, and the first song starts, and I look over at him, and I don't know if you ever seen The Honeymooners. There's this thing with Jackie Gleason, and
Yeah.
he rehearses to do this commercial on TV. And once it goes live, he freezes up. He's like, humma, 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 humma.
Yeah.
That dude completely froze. The drummer. His sticks are up in the air, and the look of fear is in his face. He does it. His memory of all the songs has been wiped out. And I'm like, oh, my God, the place is packed. This is the first song. This guy is frozen. And I look over, and I have another son. His name is Damien. And I look over at my son, and I point to him. I go, Damien, on the drums now. And he pushes the guy off of his seat, pops himself in the drum, nails the song.
There you go. That's a good son. That's a darn good son you got there.
Oh, my God. And again, you know how baldness skips a generation?
It does.
So does talent. Okay?
Oh, he's got it. He's good.
I have no talent. I have a son, too. The kid can play guitar, drums, bass, keyboard, sing. He can do it all. and I don't even know how to tune it.
You don't need to, Bill.
crazy.
Bill, you don't need to. And everybody should go and see you and be inspired. I want to make
Exactly.
sure we tell you.
And that's the point. That's the point right there, sir. You got it. You don't need to. All you need, and this is the God's honest truth. This isn't a sales pitch. This isn't something that I just blurt out, blah, blah, blah. All you need is the belief in yourself. That's it. You don't need to know how to sing. You don't need to know how to play drums. You don't need to do nothing. If you have the need to do something, just do it. And people ask me all the time, where are you playing? I don't know where I'm playing today. I have no idea. Okay? And the only reason I know that I'm playing at the Trading Post in Sanford is because you just told me.
I like that.
Well,
And you can see him at the Trading Post in Sanford. And I heard you to go see Bill at the Trading Post. Hit your horse to the post when you see him
Yeah.
and get inspired
Again,
on the 20th.
October 20th, Weston.
This is the point, and I just really want to make it clear. The less you know, the more shit gets done.
Okay. Write that down. I think we can finish there. I think that's a good stopping point. Bill, we're going to run out of time. Bill, I'm so sorry, man. I got to end it. I'm going to run out of time, man.
Yeah, no,
and I don't want to.
Let me just throw this real fast.
Yeah, please.
Let me just throw this real fast. If you don't know the details, there's nothing to worry about.
He's not wrong. I mean, I need to listen to these things. Bill, it was more than a pleasure talking to you, and I hope we get to do it again. Okay, man?
Oh, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it both.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, listeners.
And we'll see.
Thank
We'll see you at the West End.
The Trading Post.
Yeah, we'll
Great.
see.
I'll see you then. I'll make you part of the show. Bring your guitar if you don't have a guitar. Bring a tambourine if you don't have a tambourine. Bring a damn cowbell. I'll put you in the show.
I love it. I love it. Bill, I had to hang up on you, buddy. I'm sorry. I love you so much, and you're a very inspiring and wonderful guest, but it's never going to end because you're bringing it around for the 90th time. He's bringing the car around for the 90th time, and I'm trying to get in the car.
That's a ridiculous
I'm like,
story.
let me in the car, Dude. Bill. You got to let me in to stop the car. This is like a boat that's out of control in an inlet.
That dude is ridiculous.
Got more energy than any 62-year-old I think I've ever talked to in my life.
What a crazy story about green Jello, Three Little Pigs that I watched.
I'm sweating right now from that man's inspiration.
When I was 11 or 12 or whatever the hell, 13 when that came out, and I remember watching it, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I liked it for whatever reason, and to know that came from that. And then ended up here is insane.
You know what's funny is it makes me, you know, like when parents, and it's the old cliche, they crap on younger music. Like that's just like the thing. And I can remember, like, people, like even my mom and dad, I'd watch the Three Little Pigs thing. It's like, what the hell is this? But if you really think about it, I mean, people know that song. Yeah. He's selling, tickets to places. He still I mean, it's huge.
All from his last idea.
His last idea.
Good.
His last idea. The less you know, the more you'll succeed.
Bill Manspeaker, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Bill.
He's going to be at the West End October 30th.
Excuse me.
20th,
He's going to be at the Trading Post.
Oh, yeah. The West End Trading Post.
No, it's called the West End Trading.
It doesn't even matter. Like he said, the less you know, the better.
If you don't know the details, you don't need the details. All right.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my God, that was great.
That was great. God damn.
But I didn't want him to end all weird. I wanted us to talk about it a little bit.
No, yeah.
Are we?
That's it. We're going to lunch now.
Okay, guys, we'll take lunch and then we'll be back a little before 1, and I believe we have Casey Howell.